القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر.
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. This lesson is the lesson on harakat as mentioned in the introduction. We will now go on to the lesson on the harakat. Now, if we have a look above here just to show you the format. So the Arabic letters will be written on the left hand side. Normally they would be written, of course Arabic is from right to left, but it's just to facilitate you for now. So we can see that there are three types of harakat in the Arabic language. This is a basic harakat. So the first harakat is called the fatha. It's called the fatha. The fatha. And it's a slanted stroke which appears above a letter. So the fatha is a slanted stroke which appears above the letter. And the sound for this is ba. 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 So it's like ba, B-A. B-A. Ba. Okay, so it's a very easy sound and it is a short sound. So it's very important to consider that we're not saying ba. The letter is called ba, but when the ba has a fatha on it, then it's pronounced as ba. Ba. We do not say ba, we say ba. Okay, so ensure you're not stretching it longer. That is when you add something to it later, which you will learn in the later lessons. The second harakat that we have in the Arabic language, the basic harakat is the kasra. The kasra is a slanted stroke below the letter. So if you can see here, underneath the ba, we have a small slanted stroke, and the sound for this is B. 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 So just like B in the English language, however, we do not stretch it as much. So remember the harakat, we do not stretch this if this is appearing with a slanted stroke above the letter or below the letter with a fatha or kasra. So it's B, not B, but B. And the third haraka that we have is a dhamma. It's like a small comma with a circle above the letter, like this. So the fatha and the dhamma both appear above a letter, but the fatha is a slanted stroke, and the dhamma is got a little circle, like a little comma on top. And the sound for this is bu. Bu. Like boo. Boo in the English language, of course, is stretched, but we're only referring to the first O here. So it's boo. 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 Let's repeat that again. That's ba. Bi. Boo. You should repeat this with me, and you should start and end the sound with me. So if we say ba, bi, boo. Not ba, bi, boo. No, that's wrong. So it's ba, bi, boo. So we'll go through the letters inshallah, and you can learn how to pronounce these with the harakat. So with the letter ta, we have ta. Remember to pronounce the tip of the tongue to the front of the palate. Ta, ti, tu. Ta, ti, tu. With the tha is tha, thi, thu. Tha, thi, thu. Tha, thi, thu. So you must be getting the hang of it. It's quite easy once you know what to do. And just remember the fatha is above the letter, a straight stroke. Below the letter is the kasra, and above the letter with a comma sort of sign with a circle is al dhamma. So you need to learn these letters because we will be referring to them. You should learn them very well. The next one is with the jim, and that's ja, ji, ju. Ja, ji, ju. Ja, ji, ju. There are some words below here which will make the sounds easier for you inshallah. Now if you notice the alif, although I've put the words underneath the alif, it does not have any harakat on it. And this is because alif is a special letter. Alif is only a med letter. If you ever find in the Quran that an alif is written and it has a haraka on it, know that this is not an alif. In actual fact, it's a hamza. So inshallah we will come to that later in the hamza lesson. So we'll go to the next page inshallah. So with the ha, again we have the fatha, which is above the ha, the kasra, which is below the ha, and the dhamma, which is above the ha, but the shape is different. So ha, we need to make sure that we're pronouncing this letter properly from the middle of our throat. We're pronouncing it with the full breath coming out and the air coming all the way from the throat out of the mouth. So this is ha, hi, hu, ha, hi, hu, ha, hi, hu. Again, it's not stretched, but it stops exactly after a sound comes out. Okay? The short vowels. So the next letter is with the kha. So when we sing with the fatha, is kha. With the kasra is khi. And with the dhamma is khu. Kha, khi, khu. Kha, khi, khu. With these kha, this is the first of the heavy letters, which is in the order of the alphabet, and you'll notice that you are pronouncing it with a different level of heaviness for each of the harakat. And inshallah, this is a tajweed rule, which I'm not going to focus on now, but you should get used to the heaviness of the sound. That with the fatha is the heaviest, kha, and with the kasra is khi, it's lighter than the kha, but it's still heavy, khi, and khu, which is also heavy as well. So inshallah we'll learn about the gradings, but for now just know that the fatha is the heaviest of the sounds, and you should focus on that over the kasra and the dhamma. Next is dal. So remember, it's not d like English, it's da. So we're pronouncing this letter with the tip of the tongue. The tip of the tongue to the roots of the gums of the upper incisors, so the front of the palate. And that is da, di, du, da, di, du, da, di, du. Val, val, tip of the tongue to the tip of the front two teeth, and that is the, thu, the, thu, the, thu. Remember to pronounce this with me. The next sound is ra, and the next letter is ra, and you will find with the fatha is ra, ri, ru, ra, ri, ru. Now with the ra, you'll notice that the fatha is heavy and the dhamma is heavy, but with the kasra is light sound. It's a light sound. Okay. So again, this is in tajweed, but you should start getting used to it now to ensure that it becomes easier for you when you're learning tajweed, when you go on to the next level of tajweed, inshallah. And that is ra, ri, ru, ra, ri, ru. So inshallah, we'll go to the next page. Z, zi, zu. Z, zi, zu. It's very easy. Next one is sin, sa, si, su. Sa, si, su. So just like S in English, it's the same sound. Sa, si, su. Next one is sheen. So we have sh, shi, shu. Sh, shi, shu. So remember, with like shadow in the word shadow, it's actually the same length. Sh, shadow. Or it's in fact a little bit shorter actually. But with English, she goes quite far in the sound, but we cut it off before. She. And shu is longer. It's a longer vowel. But in Arabic, with the dhamma only, is shu. Sa. Sad, remember, make sure you're pronouncing this. Number 1, heavy. Number 2, with the air and sound flowing out. And number 3, with your tongue raised up, the back and the front. Sa, si, su. So the way we make the whistling sound is by curling our tongue slightly. Sa, si, su. You should analyze how you are pronouncing the letters when you're reading it with me. If the sound is coming up different, then pause and rewind and go back. Ensure that you're pronouncing the letters exactly as I am pronouncing them. Sa, si, su. Dad, again, go over this again. So dad is when we have the tongue, the back of the tongue touching the upper part of the teeth and gums where they are joining. So either the right, the left, or both sides, whichever is easy for you. Again, the back part of the tongue. If you are touching only the front part of the tongue, then this is not dad, and the sound of the dad will turn into dha, or a cross between a dal and a dad. But we need to have a full dad. It's a heavy sound again. So ba, di, bu, ba, di, bu, ba, di, bu. With the ta, again, it's a heavy sound just like the previous two, and it is ta, ti, tu. Remember, this is not ta, it's not ta, it's ta, 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 ti, tu, ta, ti, tu. With the va, it's va, vi, vu. Again, the heaviness. Remember the heavy sounds, the fatha is always the heaviest. Va, vi, vu, va, vi, vu. Now the ayn, when we come to ayn, remember this is like the ha comes from the middle of the throat. It has a strong sound, very strong sound. So ensure you're practicing this, and ask your teacher if you are saying this correctly. Read it with me. If you are saying this the same as I am, then alhamdulillah, you've got the sound very easy. If not, practice it coming from the middle of the throat, like this, yeah? So it's I, ru, I, ru, I, ru. Remember, with these sounds, do not say it after me, say it with me, inshallah. Ra, ri, ru. This is the rain. Ra, ri, ru. Again, this is a heavy letter. Ra, ri, ru. Ra, ri, ru. Fa, very easy, just like F. The only difference is we put our teeth in the wetness of the lip, so it has more air coming out. Fa, fi, fu. Fa, fi, fu. Fa, fi, fu. So a quick note about the difference between the heavy letters and the light letters. All letters which are not heavy are light. So make sure we pronounce this. Please ensure we pronounce this with a good light sound. So qaf is another heavy letter. Qa, qi, qu. Remember, qaf comes from the back of the throat, so the back of the tongue touching the back of the throat. Qa, qi, qu. Qa, qi, qu. Sorry, if I said the back of the tongue touching the back of the palate of the mouth, I think it's the throat. So this is back of the tongue to the back of the palate, rear end of the palate. The next letter, kaf, just like K, so it's very easy. Ka, ki, ku. Remember, the fatha is the slanted above, the kasra is the slanted below, the dhamma is the little comma sound with the circle, comma sign with the circle. Ka, ki, ku. Lam, very easy. La, li, lu. La, li, lu. Mim, again very easy. Ma, mi, mu. ma, mi, mu. The fatha on the noon, na. Kasra under the noon, ni. The dhamma above the noon, a different shape, nu. Na, ni, nu. Na, ni, nu. Last page, inshallah. So, wow, very, very easy. It's wa, we, wu. Wa, we, wu. Wa, we, wu. For those people who are originally from the subcontinent, the Asian subcontinent, so either Pakistan, India, or Bangladesh, we tend to pronounce the wow as a v for some reason. But we need to ensure that we're pronouncing this properly with a full circle of the mouth. Wa, we, wu. H, ha is just like H in the English language. So ha, he, hu. Ha, he, hu. Ha, he, hu. Now this is where the hamza comes in. Remember, if there's an alif in the Quran and you have a haraka on it, it's actually a hamza. In the Arabic print of the Quran, which you'll be learning in this series of lessons, in this series of levels, we're learning the Madani print. And the reason why we're learning the Madani print and not the South African print is because when you go to Mecca or Medina, or you go to any of the countries, they have the Madani script. If you can read the Arabic Madani script, then you can read any other script. So the hamza with the fatha, a, I, with the kasra, and the dhamma, u. A, I, u. A, I, u. And the ya, yi, you. Ya, yi, you. Ya, yi, you. So the ya sometimes has a dot, 2 dots underneath it, and sometimes it doesn't in the print of the Quran. You just need to be careful of, if it has a, this is a good tip actually, if it has only just a fatha, dhamma, kasra, or any of the other harakat which you'll be learning in the later lessons, then this is a ya. But there's another type that you will learn later on, and inshallah I will give you the indicator of that when we get there. So how you need to pronounce these, you will need to pronounce this for your teacher is like this. U, bi, a. I've done the first 3 for you, so it should be quite easy. So you can see there are a number of lessons. Now if you have a look at this lesson here, this is where the letters have been joined. So we need to ensure that we learned lesson number 2 properly. That we know now what the joint letters look like. So for example, if we have this here, then this is ba, ghain, tha, ba. But what harakat does it have? This is kasra, the fatha, the fatha, the fatha. So are we able to pronounce this? This is pretty clear. But what about something like this, where it has, remember, the 2 dots indicates the ta, the 3 dots indicate the tha, and the 1 dot indicates the noon, and then of course you have the ba at the end. So this is something which you need to be very, very careful of when you're pronouncing it to your teacher. Go through this a few times by yourself, and then inshallah you can contact your teacher and read it to them. Jazakallahu khairan. Inshallah I will see you in the next lesson.
Salam Alykum. Be sure to download your free implementation workbook. We go through it step by step. All the videos correspond with it. We have laid it out very strategically so you can master Quranic Tajweed and Quranic Mastery and implement it while you go along. Okay, so be sure to download this and it will help you on your journey. It's free to download. The link should be in the description. Assalamu alaikum.